Today is a 1600 calorie full day of eating, high protein. My name is Jack, welcome to my YouTube channel, and we're gonna kick it off with some breakfast. We've got some breakfast quesadillas I'm gonna be making. So we've got some spinach here for some health. We've got egg whites, salsa, of course, our tortillas, cheese, and some deli meat. You can really use whatever deli meat you want. This is just some golden roasted chicken breast. You guys can see that right there. Hopefully. But ingredient wise, we need 4 ounces of our chicken breast, 2 ounces per quesadilla. We're gonna use 1 serving of cheese. This is low fat, Mexican style shredded cheese, half a serving per quesadilla. 2 tortillas, 1 per quesadilla. 200 grams of egg whites, 100 grams per quesadilla. We're gonna use a cup of spinach, half a cup per quesadilla. And then we're gonna use 2 servings of our salsa, 1 per quesadilla. But without further ado, let's head over to the stove and get cooking. The first thing you need to do is grab a pan that fits your tortillas. I would say this pan is a touch small, but it'll do the job. And then we're gonna go ahead and throw that on a medium-low heat and hit it with some nonstick once it's warmed up. Now that we have our pan nice and warm, we're gonna hit it with some nonstick. Nothing crazy, just like that. And then the few steps we're gonna do, this is also where you can do a substitution if you wanna throw bacon or turkey bacon or something else down. We're gonna put our meat down, our deli meat. We have 2 ounces right here. Then we're gonna throw our spinach on top of that, then our egg whites, then our tortilla. But I'll show you guys exactly what that looks like. The goal is to get our chicken nice and warm, maybe even a little crisp to it. Saute some spinach, pour the egg whites on top, and then make the quesadilla. Now you've got all your ingredients in there except the cheese. We're gonna wait on that. And then you're just gonna cover everything with a tortilla, make sure it gets all combined. And then you're just gonna let that cook for, I'd say, probably 2 to 3 minutes, just kind of checking the egg whites every once in a while. We wanna make sure everything cooks through before you flip it. And when you think everything's cooked through, the eggs and everything kind of conjoined, you wanna make sure that you're very gentle and you get the entire thing kind of loosened before you try to flip it so it doesn't rip. So it does take a little bit of a gentle touch. So you're gonna kind of play around with the edges, make sure, never rush these things. Tease a little bit around the edges, loosen it up, maybe give it a little bit, and then the biggest thing you can do is if you can shake it and the entire quesadilla moves, then you know it's ready to flip. As you can see, we have our chicken, our spinach, our eggs all cooked. Now we're gonna let that tortilla get a little bit crispy, add some cheese, and then we'll be done. As far as adding the cheese, you want to add it all onto 1/2 because we're going to fold it into a quesadilla. So when you sprinkle on the cheese, just try to keep it to 1/2. That's 1 breakfast quesadilla down. Let's make another. There you have it. Our 2 breakfast quesadillas right there. 1 with a little bit of salsa. They came out pretty nice. If you leave them on the pan a little bit longer, they become a little bit more crispy. And then we've got 2 servings of salsa on the side as well. And like any good quesadilla, we gotta cut these up a little bit. So we're gonna cut them into 3s. Little pizza cutter right here. Boom. And boom. And then you can kind of see the in-between right there. Just like that. That is still really hot. So while those are cooling off, I'm gonna go ahead and read you guys the macros. I'll read you guys the macros for just 1 quesadilla with some salsa and then 2 quesadillas with some salsa. For just 1 quesadilla and 1 serving of salsa, it is 225 calories, 14 grams of carbs, 4.5 grams of fat, and then a whopping 29 grams of protein. So for both quesadillas, plus the salsa on the side, it is 449 calories, 28 grams of carbs, 9 grams of fat, and 58 grams of protein. This is gonna be a very high protein full day of eating. I can tell you guys that already. But we're gonna go ahead, give this a quick taste test. Of course, we're gonna add a little bit of salsa on there. You can also use some hot sauce too if you want, but I like salsa. I mean, this entire plate is under 500 calories and 58 grams of protein. That is absolutely ridiculous. And it tastes great. With a little bit of cheese in there. Like I said, you could use deli meat, or you can also use like bacon or turkey bacon. Maisie's absolutely salivating over here. We're gonna give her a quick little bit and see how gentle she can be. Can you shake? Good girl. Other one? Good girl. Ready? Yes! She caught it this time. But without further ado, I'm gonna dig into these, watch some bleach. Cheers. Just got back from the gym. It is time for our second meal. We are bringing in the big hitter, the 99% lean ground turkey. This is an absolute lifesaver as far as hitting your macros as well as your protein goals. It is gonna be a little bit drier than something that has a little more fat. Sometimes we can't always eat for taste. We gotta eat for taste as well as hitting our macros. And today we're gonna be using half of this to make 2 burgers. So 16 ounces divided by 2, 8 ounces divided by 2 again, 2 4-ounce patties. We'll be putting those patties onto some low-calorie bread. Once again, the Sara Lee 45-calorie bread. And we got some pepper jack cheese. We're gonna take 1 slice and divide it into both burgers. Add a little bit of mustard, our low-calorie sauce of choice. And then, of course, for some volume, we've got vegetables, our lettuce, which we're gonna dump as much as we can onto each burger, and then some carrots as well. My personal favorite vegetable, at least right now. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead, put this together. We're also gonna add some salt and pepper to the burger, but let's go ahead and cook these up. We've got our pan over medium-low heat. Once again, the basic non-stick spray. Boom. And then we will actually be using this entire pound of ground turkey between this meal and the next. So you don't have to be exactly perfect, but if you want to, go ahead, throw it on a food scale and measure out exactly. But I'm gonna grab about half of it, form 2 patties on here, and then add our salt and pepper. Also, I personally like a nice thin patty, so we're gonna give it a smash down with a spatula. Then after that first flip, we're gonna go ahead and add our cheese. Once again, we're using half of a cheese slice per burger, so go ahead and split that up. And then throw those right on top of our burgers so they melt nicely. And don't forget to toast your bread unless you want it on non-toasted bread, but toasted's always better. Now we got our bread nice and toasted. What we're gonna do first is go ahead and put down a bed of lettuce. Let me show you guys this better. So we have the bottom buns. Go ahead, put a bunch of lettuce on the bottom of that. Just there. Then we'll go ahead and do our turkey burgers, 1 on each. And the last thing, as much mustard as your heart desires. And there you have it, 2 extremely high protein, low calorie turkey burgers. And here we have our meal number 2, 2 turkey burgers with some lettuce and mustard on there, as well as some cheese. We got some carrots on the side, just for a little extra volume. Vegetables are a great way to fill up with low calorie, high volume foods. Personally, I like carrots, peppers. Lettuce is one of the great things, but also doesn't have too much nutritional value, but that's not a big deal. Overall, the calories for this entire meal, both sandwiches and the carrots, it is 534 calories, 45 grams of carbs, 12 grams of fat, and 69 grams of protein. That is perfect. Half a pound of ground turkey, 99% lean will go a long way. I'm gonna go ahead and dig into these. Hopefully they're not gonna burn my mouth. They've been sitting out for a minute. And you guys already know I'm gonna pair this with my favorite low-calorie drink, the Fresca. By far the best low-calorie drink. Go fight me down in the comments below. I will not back down. Fresca is the best low-calorie soda out there. Every time it hits the spot. But I'm gonna dig into this. We've got 1 meal left. As I mentioned, we are gonna be using the other half of the ground turkey, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, cheers. Our third and final meal, we're back with the quesadillas. I know it's a little unoriginal, but it is a great way to get some protein in and use up tortillas that I have in my fridge. We're making a quesadilla again, slightly different than the breakfast quesadillas. This time we're gonna use the other half of our ground turkey. So we're gonna use 8 ounces of ground turkey. We're We're gonna use 1 serving of our reduced fat shredded cheese. We're gonna use 1 of these big tortillas. You could use multiple smaller ones, but this actually fits my macros perfectly at 200 calories. So it is a big tortilla. It is not a low calorie tortilla. You could sub it in, but this is actually gonna make me hit my calories exactly. So we're gonna use this. We're also gonna use some salsa, of course, and then have our vegetable on the side. We're gonna slice up a pepper. But first thing we're gonna do is cook this up. I don't need to show you guys that, so give me 1 second. Ready? And boom, just like that, we have our cooked up turkey. Just throw it on the stove, a little bit of olive oil spray, maybe 5 or 6 minutes. Let's head over and put our tortilla together. And also, I cut up my pepper, so we got that done as well. It's pretty simple moving forward. We just have our tortilla right here. We'll throw that on our pan that we are warming up. And once again, we're only using 1 tortilla, so we're gonna put all the cheese and meat on one side and flip it over. I recommend using half of your cheese on the bottom, put your meat down, then the other half of your cheese. Once again, we get 1 serving of this cheese, so we'll go ahead and weigh that out. Just be extra accurate, make sure we're tracking every calorie. I can already tell this is gonna be a thick quesadilla. We probably should have budgeted for more cheese, but in order to hit my macros, I only get 1 serving. I'd probably recommend actually using 2. Yeah, make note of that. Definitely work in 2 servings of cheese because this is gonna fall apart. I just already know it's not enough cheese to hold everything together. Regardless, we're making a quesadilla. It might kind of turn into a taco, but we're gonna make it work. And there you have it, a quesadilla. Just like that, meal number 3 is served. Like I said, a little bit of a fail. I would say a lower calorie tortilla to allow for more cheese is probably better. But I did budget for 3 servings of salsa, so we can actually drown this quesadilla in salsa because the 99 ground turkey is a little dry. So something like salsa or other sauces are a great way to make it a little bit more moist. In this case, we got 3 servings of salsa. I'm going to drown this in. But the macros are fantastic for this. This entire quesadilla plus the pepper and the salsa, it is 617 calories. It is 60 grams of carbs, 13 grams of fat, and 66 grams of protein. Very solid, and also the big thing. So we had a goal today of eating 1,600 calories, correct? On my 1,900 calorie video, I was 1 calorie off. But in today's video, I hit exactly 1,600 calories with this full day of eating. Overall, we had 1,600 calories, 132 grams of carbs, 34 grams of fat, and 193 grams of protein. I will say that is a fantastic full day of eating, very high protein. Yes, just 3 meals. But another thing I just kind of realized now is the first 2 meals, I made 2 of the same thing. You could essentially break that up, only make 1 breakfast quesadilla and only 1 sandwich and kind of work other things in if you don't need all the protein. This is what I did today, just take it for what it is. You could substitute in vegetables, you could substitute in ketchup for salsa. There are lots of substitutions you can make, but this is just a few ideas that I came up with, some high protein, low calorie meals. Other than that, I'm gonna go ahead, give this a quick taste test. Yeah, add more cheese. It actually tastes really good though, so I'm happy about that. We gotta do one more segment. Feed the beast. Shake. Other one. Shake. All right, and we're working on her catching skills. So we're gonna see what kind of skills she's worked on. Ready? Oh, that was a complete fail. Wait 1 sec. Maisie, sit. Ready? I don't know. What's going on? She's not catching it. Okay. Ooh, be careful. One more try. One more try. All right. Here we go. All right, Maisie, can you sit? Come here. Come here. And sit. Ready? Yeah. All right, we got her to catch it. Otherwise, I'm going to end the video here. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Maisie's, oh my goodness, she's going crazy now that she got some food. Relax, hey, relax. But I'm going to go ahead and finish off my meal. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.